Why do you want to work here?
Bitch, I need money. Is there really anything wrong with being unemployed though? At the end of the day? All right, let's get it.
I'm 34.
34? Okay, what do you do?
I am a risk taker.
Huh?
I'm a road runner.
Unemployment.
That was a very beautiful way of saying unemployed, bruh.
It's no longer just about not having a job. It's a way of living. Maximizing on productivity and really just enjoying life. We live in—
Is there really anything wrong with being unemployed though? At the end of the day? Because I feel like, bro, unemployment is kind of peak, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that shit lit. Why would you want to work a job that you don't like? It's low-key peak existence.
in a generation where unemployment is really the final goal. Okay, nobody wants to work a 9 to 5 no more. Which, you know, will probably have some repercussions in the future. Because what happens if you need to go get your car fixed and the best you're gonna get is a sports bettor or a damn Twitch streamer? Me personally, I'm escaping the matrix. Day trade.
This is a personal attack, okay? This is a very personal attack. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I am half a man, all right? I am half a man. I cannot change a tire. I can't do all that shit, all right? So I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be an AI bot to do it in the future, trust.
Trading crypto, fucking NFTs, all of that. But with the amount of gambling videos I've seen, I've got genuine worry for this generation,
Oh
bro.
my God.
The sheer amount of debt that's gonna be built up just because of this image.
Oh my God. Yo, I saw somebody post this shit on their Instagram story.
I'll see y'all.
I actually do love this image though, because I genuinely feel like I'm not at the point where I'm like turning away, but I feel like I'm like at that point where I've been digging and I'm getting so close to diamonds. And it's like, I just gotta, rather than me giving up, I gotta just hit the ground, or what is it, the dirt, hit the dirt even harder and just even though I'm tired, even though my hands is bruised and they got blisters on it and they're just covered in sweat and I'm tired, I need to just keep hitting it, pause, more. You know what I mean? This is literally life, bro. Look how far you came. And if you gave up, you would have never got to them diamonds, bro. You can say what you want. This some real ass shit. This some shit that you kind of got to get tatted, bro.
The annual Squid Games, bro. Okay, now I mentioned being unemployed is going beyond the job status, because I think it's more about how you spend those jobless hours. Because you could be unemployed and, you know, still be locked in, day trading, crypto, all of that. Or you could be playing around with Saratoga bottles and damn bananas because you saw a funny internet meme. Now, before you think I'm judging you, which I am,
You corny, my boy. You lame.
I gotta admit that we all be demonstrating unemployed behavior. I mean, you might be a little too tapped in with the John Pork and Tim Cheese law, or really any other niche internet meme.
Hey, man, R.I.P. John Pork, bro.
Sahur. And we call this kind of behavior being unemployed because they just have way too much free time. And all this time they spend gallivanting around, you have to think they surely have some time to make some money. But who am I to judge you? Go enjoy your life. There's always time to escape the matrix later. But you should know better than anyone if you're just out here devouring your minutes. For example, if you're finding time in your day to prepare and eat coleslaw. We need a couple of y'all to start taking one for the team. We can't all be Twitch streamers and barbers, okay? Someone has to work them oil rigs. And what's 3 barbers on each street gonna do for me, okay? I need a house to be built, not a
Low key, I feel like there's not enough barbers. And I'm talking about there's not enough good barbers. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like if you are a reliable, good barber, you could definitely have a good life. But I don't think I think more people are trying to be a streamer than they are a barber. After your shit, I would know. Can you not bring up my PTSD moment? Yes. Ever since my hairline got pushed back that one day, I had an awakening, okay?
Maybe we would have more employed people if the process of getting a job wasn't such a damn grueling process. I'm gonna show you some shit that might be a jump scare for some of y'all. You ready? Ooh, job application.
Okay, all right, y'all. I'll catch y'all later, man. Like, nah.
The whole process of getting a job, you gotta make some fuck-ass resume. And if you don't have any experience, that shit's just gonna look like this. And can someone tell me why entry-level jobs be
Nah, you know what's crazy, though? This really a paradox if you think about it, because in order for you to get a job, you have to have job experience. So how can you get the job if you don't have any experience at all? Make it make sense. Come on, bruh.
asking for experience?
Dude, you are the experience.
The damn job paradox. How am I meant to get experience if I need experience to get experience?
You need to lie on your resume.
Making your resume, you have to go on
Lie
like
on that
Indeed or
shit.
something and just look for a
No,
job.
Indeed doesn't work. Indeed doesn't work anymore. That method has been patched. Low key, bro. You know how many people easy apply to thousands of jobs every day? And then the jobs that'll immediately hire you is a red flag because it's some bullshit that's going down over there. It's not even a good job. The reason why they hired you is because they needed you badly because somebody probably just quit and that shit is an ass job. And the first like week or two, it's cool. And then you realize that that shit is depressing, bro. And all the people at that job are old and they hate their life and they're miserable.
Job that doesn't look like modern day slavery.
I'm unemployed right now, but I'm about to work at this job, this factory down the street, $6 an hour, full time.
What?
And after shooting like 400 applications, you settle for one interview, you got a McDonald's. And now the interview has to be the worst part, because you got to pull up in a suit and tie to an O-block McDonald's. And you got to act like a stand-up guy and try not to say some dumb shit.
I just graduated from home last year ago. My degree in walking fish with a minor in water in the snow because I mop air. I'm also a dentist that fixes feet at the vet when I'm wide asleep. So
She sounds like one of those dogs, bro. You know when you start talking about, yeah, well, you want to go, I was going for a walk and I got a treat and the dog tilts his head. That's what she reminded me of right there.
I think this job would be pretty good for my mom since she doesn't have kids.
And what I hate about interviews, bro, is that dumbass question they always be asking. Why do you want to work here?
Bitch, I need money. Obviously, I need money. And then you got to sit there and lie and say, well, the company core values align with who I am as a person. And I think that there wouldn't be no other place in the world that I would rather be at that time. Yes, I'm willing to work weekends. Yes, I'm willing to work holidays. Yes, I will be your personal wage slave. No, I don't need to take breaks. You really, bro, if you really want to get a job, you got to tell them everything that they want to fucking hear. Ride it out for the next 90 days. And once you pass that probation period, flip the script on them. That's literally how it goes every time, bro. You just got to make it past that probation period because before you have a job, they don't give a fuck about you. But once you have the job, and especially once you've been there for a while, then they have to care about you. They start getting on your case, bro. If you pull up to work 5 minutes late and you don't call them, they're going to blow up your phone. Hey, where you at? Is everything okay? Oh my God, I was worried about you. Is everything okay? Like they just start getting on your case about everything, bro. They start blowing you up outside of work hours and shit. Like, bro, leave me alone. Nizzy, what was your interest? You know what my interests are, gang.
Yeah, because it's always been my lifelong dream to work in your rundown McDonald's, nigga. No!
I can't eat! I'm broke, nigga! I'm broke!
Okay, I just seen some shit, and it looks like it's not that hard to get a job anymore. Now hiring someone that doesn't goon during work hours. Who
Yo.
the fuck did they have hired before this?
It goes to the goon! It goes to the goon! Look at the car.
But if you have to or want to go through that whole process, yeah, good luck, gang. But one thing I want to say is please, and I really stress, please don't be that nigga that thinks having a job makes them better or something. Bro, these archetypes who constantly complain about their jobs, yet be the first ones to tell you to go get a job when you're demonstrating some unemployed behavior. You hating on happiness, bro. You hating ass niggas look like Squidward. You see, I've worked 2 jobs in my life. The first one, I worked as an underwater ceramics technician.
What?
And the way I
A
still
dishwasher?
have literal nightmares about that job. I want reparations for each of those shifts I worked, all of the stress that has accumulated. Years, I'm telling you, years have been taken off my life from those dreams. I don't work there anymore, and I still dream about it, bro.
Yo, you know what's crazy, bro? I've worked so many fucking jobs. So when people try to talk to me about jobs, it's like you haven't even worked a real job. I've worked fast food. I've worked retail. I've worked at a call center. I've worked in a factory. I've worked doing Amazon delivery. I've done every ride share. Oh my God, I've done security. I've literally done it all. I've worked front desk, customer service. I've literally done it all, bro. Literally. Top 3 jobs you work. The best jobs that I've ever worked. I really wanted to troll you and just be like, yo, like foot job, thigh job, and like really say that, but I wasn't going to do that. Security is the best job. It's just the management is always the worst. And a front desk. Those be the most chill jobs. Everything else is trash. Have you ever worked as a car mechanic? Bro, I am not handy at all.
More do you want from me?
And in the periods that I've been unemployed, I just feel like I took advantage of it.
Nah, you know what's crazy? When you have a job, you wish that you didn't have a job so you can have the free time to do what you want, right? And then when you're unemployed and you don't have money coming in, right? You want to get a job because all you're doing is sitting there and doing nothing, and you can't afford to go out to eat. You can't afford to go get shit. You can't afford to do anything, so you're just sitting in the house. I remember that. I remember not having a job and being so broke that I was eating cereal for like 3 months straight. Only eating cereal. Straight up. Oh my God.
I gotta cherish every single one of those moments, man, because I promise you, sooner or later we'll all be gone. Just knowing you have to get up for a shift or you have a shift later.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, that's how I think about life. That's literally how I've been moving.
In the day, it can kill the vibe of the whole day, I promise you. You can just be chilling. And the realization hits. But you know, somebody telling you to get a job, they might just be looking out for you. Okay, don't start sending images like this. Bro, you just lazy. And to all the unemployed out there, is the Minecraft movie really that funny? Yeah, he said chicken jockey in a funny way, but does it ever warrant this reaction?
Chicken jockey. Nah, this is dead a war on the employed because somebody had to clean that theater afterwards.
Gangy, is that a live chicken? Man, we were supposed to have flying cars by now. The unemployed have just had a field day with this damn movie, bro. And not to be the fun police or nothing, but imagine working at one of these cinemas and having to clean this shit up. Yo, we gotta look out for all of the people that are stuck in the infinite job cycle. I promise you they don't wish for that life. So don't be the guy that chucks 3 buckets of popcorn and mysterious liquids all over the floor. Just for, you know, a little giggle. We gotta look out for each other, man. The employed gotta look after the unemployed gotta look after the employed. If we fail to do this, society will collapse as we know it.
Exactly.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna sit there as you watch society fall? No, you're gonna get up. You're gonna stand up and you're gonna fight for what you believe in. But do you really get what I'm trying to say though? We need the employed, but I don't want to be employed, so I'm gonna make it easier for them. The minority you just paid to deliver pizza to your address during a hurricane. Tip them a little bit. Instead of telling the person that's making your food to just put the fries in the bag, how about you give him some nice words? The employed and the unemployed.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Telling somebody to put the fries in a bag is criminal. That is actually crazy. I'll take a good what? Buff and put my AirPods in and just clean it. Oh, take a good puff. Low key, I would just quit on spot.
I did. But it's time to admit it. Being unemployed is not all sunshine and rainbows. Yes, I don't have the responsibility of a job, but
I am so lonely.
Me aside,
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've been coming to terms with enjoying my own company, and I'm normally by myself the majority of the day anyways, and I love my own company. I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older, and I've been like that. I've been a lone wolf, but I was never really like alone because I lived in a house with a lot of people. So if you're alone, you're not really alone. But like, you don't always need to talk to somebody. You don't always need to be involved in the mix, because when you're by yourself, a lot of people are scared because their thoughts start to race. And then they start thinking about things that they don't want to, right? They're avoiding the deep work. If you take the time to really focus up on yourself and level up and really find out who you are and work through what bothers you, that shit is amazing. You're gonna be at peace. Where?
don't trick yourself into believing you're not a fucking loser, okay? Because Googling top 5 side hustles to get rich quick is not being locked in. You know what? Let me stop being a hater. Because look, what you're doing is really smart, but it's also really dangerous because you're convincing yourself that you're not a loser, when in reality, yeah, you are. Alright, real quick, let me bring back this guy from the intro.
I am a risk taker.
You mean you're a risk taker? You lose $50 a week off parlays. Let's keep it a buck. But there's really 2 types of unemployed people. The ones that gaslight themselves into believing they're onto something.
I'm an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Everybody uses that word so loosely nowadays. I'm not gonna lie, unpopular opinion, if you're a girl and you say you're an entrepreneur and you were doing hair, makeup, and lashes, that shit don't count. Every girl does that shit.
Do you have any businesses we could be on the lookout for?
No, just not right now.
What?
And 2, the ones that are
You
so
don't
far
even have a business?
are gone, they just fully embrace it and are damn near prideful about it. Okay, let me elaborate. The first type will have some philosophical reason for not wanting a job. Like they'll say, how are you gonna let someone define how much my hour is worth? Just say you lazy, bro. Here are some quick signs that you're this person. 1, if you ever refer to the government as Big Brother. 2, if you sign up to online courses instead of getting a job. And 3, if the word matrix...
What? You have to sign up for online courses to better yourself. If you're doing some like Andrew Tate University shit, then you're not gonna go anywhere in life. I'm gonna keep it a buck. If you're signing up for the real world, yeah, you're getting scammed. Any influencer course. But there's so much free courses online that you could do to better yourself.
It's just unironically
It's good, no? Go.
comes out of your mouth. But hey, maybe you got something going on that my mind-controlled slave brain just can't comprehend. Okay, and for the second one, these people are just too far gone. Employment is nothing more than a nightmare to these people. The word job gives them physical pain. You tell these people to get a job and they'll have a visceral reaction. Peep the vocab. The only jobs these people want to be associated with involve feet.
Good job.
I gotta apologize.
Top 5 jobs. Hold on. He's cooking. Hold on.
People want to be associated with involve feet.
Foot job, armpit job. What the hell is an armpit job? Hair job, thigh job. I'm not gonna lie, I will put, where's 4? 1, 2, 3, 5. Whoa, hold on. I'm not gonna lie. Thigh job need to go up a little higher than a hair job.
I gotta apologize to these people though for not censoring the word work and job. I know this is considered a slur for you guys, so my deepest apologies. Oh yeah,
bro, that's still funny. Censoring the word job. Yo, should I do that as like an inside joke? Like censor the word job in my chat? I feel like that would be funny because if somebody typed the word job, they would be like, why is that shit banned? Oh my God.
yeah, and yes, we're gonna ignore
I'd catch an armpit job, not gonna lie. Yeah, we're cooked.
my month disappearance. Will it happen again? Most likely. But community Discord server, go talk to me. I'll be active on there.
Oh my God, that's crazy. You know, I feel like a lot of people classify shit as unemployed when it's a lot of shit that's not unemployed. But I'm gonna be honest, don't let anybody try to tell you you're unemployed. Unemployed just really sounds like freedom. As long as you're not broke, that's really all that matters, bro. Who gives a fuck? As long as you're not broke, that's really all that matters, bro. I'm sitting here repeating myself. You wildin', trying to get a hairline job? Yo. Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. Funny. I censored the word poverty.